My sister Lauren, I'm going to ask that you would honor a request from me right now. I'm going to ask if you would bless me by singing You Are the Face of God 3 times for me. If you could unmute.
I haven't sung that in a long time, so.
I know today is the perfect time. I'm not asking you myself, I'm following the Spirit.
Oh, really? Oh, do I remember it? Um, well, I'll try. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Lauren?
Beautiful.
Want me to do it again?
Yes, please.
Oh, man. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Yea, God. I needed to have you sing that song, and you needed to sing that song.
Okay.
And I'm going to assign you to sing that song to your own reflection from your higher self. I'd like to assign you to do that before this day is done, before the sun sets.
Okay.
I'd like you, if you get caught up in it, to let yourself stay caught up in it. And from the soul self, from your eternal beingness self, I would like you to sing that song, looking into your own eyes, your human self, in this moment of your unfolding. Right now, I am filled with the spirit we have come to call holy. As I look at you, I know that I can say right back at you, sister, you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me.
Mm.
You are the face of God. I am blown away by the light that is within you. And I am very faithful that as you heal and as you adjust, as you grieve, as you mourn, as you are reoriented, you're having an experience of reorientation of being on the planet without your beloved physically here with you. We have been here with our sister Jane. Reorientation to living in a physical plane without our beloveds. We're here with our sister Carol, and she made transition. Upstairs, when I was with Hope Church at 10 o'clock, I was reliving my experience of being with my mother in the hospital as she took her last breath, and I held her. life has changed. And I am reminded that we are just here for a dash, just a dash. We were praising God upstairs that one of our members, one of our brothers, who has already lived 92 years plus, has just again been resurrected from the brink of death. The doctors and surgeons had prepared his wife to say goodbye. It is his time. He is leaving. And there was a sudden turnaround. We were also doing a prayer request for one of our other sisters in this community, whose mother had cancer and had been challenged by cancer for a while now. And recently it looked like everything was making an upward shift. And there was a praise God happening. She's coming through. However, she may transition. So many years younger than our brother George. None of us knows the day nor the hour. But while we're here living this little dash, we have an opportunity to have it be what we would choose it to be, which is an incentive to keep praising God through the valley and on the mountain and everywhere in between. I love that the Daily Word included a reminder that death is not real. It is an appearance of death, and that life is eternal. I wasn't able to be with you all for either Palm Sunday. I don't believe I was with you on Palm Sunday. I know I wasn't with you on Easter. In Easter, I was in Manhattan, and I was sharing in Manhattan something that's pretty obvious to me. The whole story of Easter, the story of a death and then a resurrection from death, is a stretch. I was sharing that as I contemplate the story of Easter, it is a story of a man in a time long ago, in a place far away, who came to be fully convinced that he was composed of God, fully convinced, I am one with our Father. I am one with the Creator. He became fully convinced that he was pure light, and he announced to each and every one of us that we too are at one with the Creator, and that each and every one also is the light of the world. He entreated us not to hide that light, but to shine it everywhere we go. He entreated us to remember our oneness with the Creator and all of creation. This is a story of a man long ago in a place far away who came to believe that if he laid his life down and raised it again, we would be empowered to do the same. We would be empowered to resurrect ourselves from the appearance of any experience of living death. You see, death, when it comes to the term meaning taking your last breath, is a celebration thing. It is an acknowledgement that our work is done. And as this man long ago and far away called Jesus said, we have all come from the light, and to the light we will return. So death, meaning taking your last breath, is just a movement into the eternal beingness that we always have been. That death doesn't hurt. The death that hurts is being dead before you die, not being fully alive, being numb, failing to marvel at the beauty of the world, not having the energy to know how blessed you are and to give praise and thanks and gratitude for it. The death of the body is a celebration. Living death is a sad, sad thing. And so as the story goes, this man who fully believed himself to be at one with God, composed of God, the light of the world itself, believed he could lay his body down and raise it again, that we might know death is not real, that it has no victory, that death has been swallowed up in victory. The story of Easter is a stretch. It is hard for the human mind to even receive or to accept as a potential reality. And in many spiritual pathways, over the years of my life, I have been told, oh, it doesn't mean he really died and really raised himself. That's just a metaphysical statement, which means that I can make a shift in consciousness when my consciousness is in the experience of death. I told the people in New York, call me crazy. Call me the most gullible of men. Call me the highest fool among a gang of fools. But I believe that this man, who came fully to believe he was at one with God, who was fully convinced that the power of God, the Almighty One, was his own to use, did lay down his life, did raise it again. And in doing so, I fully believe my slate has been wiped clean, that I am ever new and ever reborn, and ever with an opportunity to be born again. It's a stretch to believe that that consciousness that he attained, called Christ consciousness, is equally shared between all of the members of God's creation, accessible to us all. I truly believe that we can experience death and rise again from it, to be born again. I truly believe that what this man long ago in a place far away told me was my truth, that I am the light of the world, and I have the power to go shining, that I am the beloved of love itself. I am enlivened by life itself. Call me crazy. Call me gullible. Call me a fool among a pack of fools. I believe. It is my joyous privilege to believe in what seems to be impossible. It occurs to me that believing in the 5 principles is also a stretch. It is a stretch to believe that God is absolute good, everywhere present, All you have to do is check into the news to see that this cannot be the truth. All you have to do is observe some of your own personal experience of living, some of the people you have encountered, some of the circumstances you have encountered, some of the challenges that have visited you. And now you want me to believe that God is absolute good everywhere present? You want me to believe that my essence, a spark of divinity, is of God, and that I, of all people, am inherently good? You don't know my story like I do. You want me to believe that I create my experiences by the activity of my thinking, and that everything in my manifest world has its beginning in my thought? Are you kidding me? It's not my doing. I did not create this. You want me to withdraw my invoices from my parents? From those who hurt me as a child? From society itself? You want me to own the responsibility that I am creating my experience? Come on. And now you ask me to believe that prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God mind, and that if I pray and if I make this connection, the windows of heaven will open and pour me out wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. Come on. Who could believe this? It makes no human sense. Call me crazy. Call me a fool among fools. Call me gullible. But I believe. I believe there is but one presence and one power in the universe. God the good, omnipotent. I believe that my essential self is light and good. I believe that I create my experiences, and that it's not about what happened, it's about what I do with what happened. I do believe that prayer is creative thinking. I do believe when I am involved in creative thinking, I am heightening my connection with the mind of God. I do believe that this opens up the windows of heaven and pours me out a blessing of wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good. I do believe that death is not real. And I think it would be very, very, very sad if it were. I would feel hopeless if resurrection did not follow crucifixion. If getting up did not follow falling down. That waking up did not follow falling asleep and dreaming the dream of separation. I do believe that weeping may endure for a night, and so it should. Yet that joy cometh in the morning. I do believe that I am the light of the world. I do believe the Creator and I are one. I do believe that all that the Creator has, I have. That all the Creator is, I am. It's a stretch to believe this Easter story that has been called the greatest story ever told. It seems to be the story of one man in a time long ago and a place far away, who came to fully believe and be convinced he is composed of God. Yet this greatest story ever told is not about one man. It is about the one man who spoke this of each and every one of us. Fear not, he says. Fear not. For wherever you are, God is. And all is well. Call me crazy, gullible, foolish. Accuse me, if you will, of believing in the unbelievable and of accepting to be possible the impossible. I don't care. Call me crazy. To believe God is absolute good? Everywhere presence? In the face of all of the evidence, everywhere you turn, that seems to prove this cannot be true. Call me crazy. I believe. Death has been swallowed up in victory. It's a stretch. So stretch. Amen.